Welcome to Vintage Rewind 1960s, where silver screen legends come back to life. Today, we return to Grease, 1978, the film that sparked an entire generation with its dance moves, music, and unforgettable love stories. But behind the spotlight, how have the cast members Danny, Sandy, Rizzo, and Kenickie changed after nearly half a century? Get ready to discover their shocking transformations, real ages, and fascinating life journeys. Hit like, subscribe, and let's get started. Danny was infused with spontaneity and innate charisma by John Travolta, making the character even more vibrant than expected. Born on February 18, 1954, in New Jersey, Travolta was only 24 when he took on the role, yet his presence radiated the confidence of a fully formed star. His charm, musicality, and natural playfulness helped Danny appear both rebellious and irresistibly appealing. Although Travolta's career experienced several stagnating periods, he always knew how to come back stronger. In 2025, at the age of 71, he still retains the magnetism of a rare cinematic icon. Sandy was portrayed by Olivia Newton-John with gentleness and subtlety, giving the character a soft yet enduring allure. Born on September 26, 1948 in Cambridge, she was 29 when she took on the role, entering the film with an already well-established musical background. Olivia's smooth emotional transitions made Sandy's coming-of-age journey far more convincing and affecting than many contemporary female leads. On stage and in the studio alike, her style always carried a signature purity that no one could replace. Olivia passed away in 2022 at the age of 73, leaving behind a beautiful and deeply human legacy. Rizzo was brought to life by Stockard Channing with a tough exterior that concealed a quiet sensitivity, making the character far more authentic than many other rebellious archetypes of the era. Born on February 13, 1944 in New York, she was 34 when she took on the role, older than the character, yet it was precisely her life experience that gave each of Rizzo's expressions such emotional weight. Channing skillfully portrayed the hard shell masking a deeply human loneliness, a depth she carried into many of her later roles. Her career was not always smooth, but performances like the one in The West Wing solidified her stature as a truly formidable talent. In 2025, at 81, she remains a respected figure in the arts. Kenickie was portrayed by Jeff Conaway with a wild, rebellious edge tempered by an underlying weariness, giving the character far more heft than the typical bad boy archetype. Born on October 5, 1950 in New York, Conaway was just 27 when he took on the role, possessing both the look and aura suited to characters who are strong yet vulnerable. Sadly, in real life, Conaway struggled repeatedly with addiction and the pressures of fame, preventing his career from reaching its full potential. Even so, Kenickie remains his most defining role. Conaway passed away in 2011 at the age of 60, leaving lasting sorrow in the hearts of audiences. Didi was brought to life by Barry Pearl with a charming blend of innocence and mischief, making the character a gentle bright spot within a group full of strong personalities. Born on March 29, 1950 in Pennsylvania, he was 28 when he took on the role, carrying with him a solid stage background that made his performance more flexible and lively than many young actors of the time. His quick, expressive reactions helped Didi remain consistently likable, even though Pearl didn't have many chances to break out in film due to the fierce competition of that era. Nevertheless, he stayed devoted to the stage as a lifelong passion. In 2025, at the age of 75, Barry Pearl continues to be respected by the public for his dedication to the craft. Sonny was brought to the screen by Michael Tucci with a goofy yet genuine humor that made every appearance of the character brighten the atmosphere. Born on April 15, 1946 in New York, he was 32 when he took on the role and stood out thanks to his natural comedic timing, free from the exaggeration common among many supporting actors of the era. Tucci's sharp sense of interplay gave him a distinctive charm. Even though his appearance didn't fit the typical movie star mold and limited his chances for bigger roles. Instead of chasing the spotlight, he chose to build a steady career in television and teaching. In 2025, at 79, Michael Tucci remains beloved by audiences for his sincerity and dedication. Putzie was infused with a charming naivety by Kelly Ward, a kind of sincere innocence that made the atmosphere instantly lighter whenever he appeared. Born on November 17, 1956 in San Diego, Ward was only 21 when he took on the role, one of the youngest in the cast. Yet he possessed an instinctive, natural comedic talent. Although Putzie was not a character with much screen time, Ward still managed to give him a distinct personality that never got lost within the group. After the film, he realized he was better suited to work behind the scenes, a choice that may have left audiences a bit wistful, but ultimately opened the door to a steady career in writing and directing. In 2025, at 69, Kelly Ward continues to contribute quietly to the arts. Frenchie was brought to life by Didi Conn with a sweet, adorably awkward charm, making her one of the rare soft spots in a group full of strong personalities. Born on July 13, 1951, in Brooklyn, Conn was 26 when she took on the role, and her distinctive voice instantly made Frenchie endearing. Her natural performance gave the character more depth than the innocent exterior typically suggests. Although her later career didn't reach A-list stardom, Conn left a mark in television and children's programming where her warmth shone most brightly. In 2025, at 74, Didi Conn remains beloved by audiences for her sincerity and uniquely delightful presence. Jaime was portrayed by Jaime Donnelly with a quirky yet endearing charm and a genuine innocence that made the character naturally funny and lovable. Born in 1947 in New Jersey, she was around 31 when she took on the role and had previously played Jen in the stage version, which allowed her screen performance to feel more refined and fully realized. Her gentle, understated appeal made it easy for audiences to warm to her, even if her quieter style sometimes placed her in the shadow of more flamboyant personalities. Yet it was precisely this simplicity that helped Jen become one of the most relatable figures in the cast. In 2025, at 78, Jaime Donnelly remains cherished by audiences for her sincerity and warmth. Marty was brought to life by Dinah manoff with a sharp, playful charm that made the character stand out in a naturally distinctive way. Born on January 25, 1956 in New York, Manoff was only 22 when she took on the role, and her youthful, energetic expressions made Marty feel vivid and authentic. Some once dismissed Manoff as merely pretty to perform, but her subtle, emotional precision quickly dispelled that notion. Not long after, she won a Tony Award for I Ought to Be in Pictures, proving her talent far surpassed her appearance. In 2025, at 69, Dinah Manoff continues pursuing the arts with her own unmistakable signature. The journey of exploring the cast of Grease 1978 comes to an end, but the melodies, dance moves, and youthful memories they left behind continue to echo through time. From the stars who once captivated the world to the surprising changes they have undergone after nearly half a century, each story is a piece of cinematic legacy. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and see you again in our next nostalgic adventure.